What up, gamers? Welcome back to Kaboom!
Stand down, soldier.
We're back with yet another exciting video for you. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that subscribe button to be protected to all the horrible things that can happen while gaming. Do you love our channel? Support us now and get your Kaboom membership. Get cool badges, emoticons, and infinite luck in return. We're not the only creatures inhabiting this planet, and I don't just mean animals. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, there are times when certain occurrences cannot be explained. Naturally, this has been caught on camera many times, and that's the topic for today. These are the 10 times paranormal activity occurred on live streams. Number 10. Conman167's Mysterious Light. A streamer called Conman167 was casually discussing WWE, which is his normal thing on the channel since that's what he usually does. However, suddenly a strange light passed behind him from one door to another spot in his room. Although most people assume that he just played a transparent PNG on his video since he tried to talk about it, but his chat did not seem very enthusiastic about the topic. But whether it's a con or a spirit that just passed by is as good as a guess as any.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, did anybody else just see that? That was weird. That was weird. I could have swore I saw like this white line run and just like fall down back here. That was weird. Just like this big long white line just like and float down. That was weird.
Number 9. SirGary's Sentient Door. Streamer SirGary was playing some Pokemon when all of a sudden his door closed up behind him. This quickly surprised him because there was no one there and it was a dark place outside the door. And usually when such things happen, the viewers point them out. However, in his case, it was almost as if no one besides him saw it happen. So one can only imagine how freaked out he must have been.
Granted, I did drop my phone on it, and my phone... Did anybody else fucking see that? Dude, did anybody else fucking see that? What the fuck was that? Dude, I'm legitly scared as fuck right now.
Number 8. What Pokimane's dog saw. Pokimane's stream are all about video games, cuteness, and sometimes arguing with people. But one thing no one ever expected to see was a paranormal activity in one of her streams. Her dog walked up to her, and as she held it, she started staring at a corner in her room with complete seriousness, and made a growling sound that Pokimane claimed that her dog never made before. She shows that she has nothing in the corner that would make the dog react this way, and yet, the dog did, and it creeped her out for a bit of time.
Hi, Timmy! She's just staring at the corner! She's literally staring at a corner of nothing. There is nothing here. There's my coat hanger, and that's it. Oh my god, my house is haunted.
There's a dog in that house?
Yeah, and it's like seeing some shit, I don't know.
Oh, that's lit.
It never makes this sound, ever.
Number 7. Logan Paul's flashlight sighting. Logan Paul and his friends were streaming once when they came across a shed and began to raise their flashlight to it. Everything seems normal at first glance, but once slowed down, it becomes visible that the flashlight did not go through the space as it should have, and instead, it was almost as if it was reflecting upon an unidentified shape. Although, since it's Logan Paul, everything should be taken with a grain of salt. It does seem like something unusual happened in this video.
Park over there, we're gonna go check it out. Yo, what is that? Right there, that place. Dude, there's a cat right there, there's a cat.
Did you see that? Did you see that? I'm gonna play it again.
Dude, there's a cat right there, there's a cat.
What the what was that? Oh! You know, so my first reaction was to go back and play it in slow motion.
Dude, there's a cat right there, there's a cat.
Confirmed! Still a ghost! Right here we see the ghost approaching, right? Okay, we see the spirit. What the am I saying? We see the spirit, and then George's flashlight goes across. It crosses his body, and you can see it like... It crossed! It crossed, bro! Oh my god!
Dude, there's a cat right there, there's a cat.
Well, right here, it's it passes through, like very clear. It almost like jumps through space a little bit. You see the ghost like form. You see it form again when George's flashlight is finished cutting through it. You see the ghost come back into one almost.
Number 6. Ninja's Mysterious Shadow. Ninja was playing Fortnite one day and eliminated an enemy player, then proceeded to dance over his body. What he did not realize is that there's a mysterious shadow that shows up in his room with no explanation for a few seconds. Although he remained oblivious to it for a long time, the viewers noticed it right away and pointed it out. Given the fact that Ninja has mentioned having mysterious things happen in his house before, this only adds more fuel to the fire. Number 5. ZeroFoxFK's Kinect Ghost. ZeroFoxFK was setting up his Kinect camera and checking out different kinds of colors on it, when all of a sudden, he and his audience realized that there's a strange figure in the background every time there is night vision applied to the camera. Although the figure might be the tree changing its form due to the color differences, it still creeped everyone out as if the object had an ominous truth that only the difference of colors revealed.
No ghosts this time though. Just the Christmas tree. Unless you're scared of Christmas trees, and then that's quite terrifying. I wasn't really paying attention, so if there was, I'm gonna be freaked out when I play this back.
Number 4. Thor H13. It's not very rare for objects to fall off their shelves if there's a gush of wind or an earthquake of any kind. However, when none of these things are present and something just falls out of formation for no reason, and the only person in the room is alone, you can expect some paranormal activities to be at play. Thor H13 was simply about to end his stream when all of a sudden, a thud was heard. And when he looked at the direction of the sound, he saw that a Thor plushie of his had fallen down without explanation.
Hi guys, it's your big man Thor H13, sign out. Peace! Well guys, if you have... The fuck was that? Did you guys see that? This shit just fell. So, fuck.
You're still there, right? Smash that subscribe button before we continue with the top 3. Number 3. SayWaahtTV's Paranormal Blackout. Streamer SayWaaht was playing a scary video game called The Joy of Creation, when all of a sudden, the game started skipping frames even though his computer could handle it, and then immediately, the game declared him dead and then crashed on him. Afterwards, as he was trying to figure out why the game prematurely killed him and then crashed, he even lost electricity in real life, and the viewers were just as shocked as him, as he did not move a single muscle to have pulled off such a stunt on purpose. Fortunately, he was not harmed in real life, unlike the character he played in the game.
The fuck? The lights just went out and my stream stopped. Okay. Nope.
Number 2. Ripped Robby's Invisible Intruder. Ripped Robby had mentioned a couple of times that his house tends to have random paranormal occurrences, but he never expected it to be that direct, as there was an extremely loud thud that can be heard on his closet, and no one was at home to prank him at the time, or in his room for that matter. Eventually, he started joking about it to lighten up the mood, but he insisted that he is not being pranked. Hilariously, a donation notification scared the life out of him right afterwards since it has loud music attached to it.
Yeah, I swear to God, my house is haunted. But it wasn't like a knock, it was more of like a creaking, but it was a loud creak. Like it was like someone stepped on a wood floor, like. Oh! Fuck you! Oh my God! I'm trying to give y'all the stream you want, play some mods with you guys. I'm trying, I really am. Tonight is not my fucking night. Babadook, stop, dude! I hate the Babadook, man. That fucking creepy ass movie, bro. Oh my fucking God!
Number 1. Rubzy's Haunted Apartment. A lot of paranormal activity that we see on live streams is either a prank or just the streamer getting creative and throwing in a special effect or two for a few seconds on their stream. However, Rubzy's haunted stream is one of the few cases where there is almost no explanation for what happened. As he streamed at a friend's apartment, strange things started happening within the apartment, such as doors closing and opening on their own, lights turning on and off, and even random objects such as chairs and boxes moving on their own. Of course, there's always a tiny chance that this could just be a high-budget prank done on purpose. It's not easy to manipulate editing on a stream, and objects floating around on their own is hard to fake. Either way, he got out safely as he just kept focusing on the game instead to distract his mind, and he is still alive and well to this day. Funnily enough, it seems that the streamer poked fun at the situation by revisiting the apartment later and opened/reopened the door again, although his reaction seemed genuine to many viewers.
But yeah, that was the tragic story of my my bringing down of my dearest Lydia. Oh my! What the fuck was that? Dude, the light, you just turned it off and it went back on. What the fuck? Like how much?
It's not like we needed, guys. It's not like we needed any sleep or anything.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Fuck this. Fuck this.
What the heck?
Did you guys see that? I like how we're back to playing Skyrim. Like, alright.
I'm not gonna fucking.
It's like,
fuck it. You know. Just gonna focus to the raid, man. Do you feel
all
cold?
my viewers...
I'm shivering a lot. Does that count for anything?
fucking. I think we're all shivering a little bit.
It kind of are, yeah. No, God, not again.
Dishonored trailer. I don't give a shit about Dishonored 2 right now.
It just did it again.
There's Elvis running in the fucking corner again.
Is he punching the door?
I hope to God he is.
I think he
We're
just
about to
ticked
find out in a
off
few
him.
seconds.
No, okay.
What the fuck?
Did the box move on the ground?
Check out this video. It's specially selected for you. You'll like it.